Eyewitness News is brought to you by GPO Federal Credit Union. Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a very good Tuesday evening to everybody. I'm tracking numerous reports of flash flooding and road closures across the area right now. Not so much the case here in downtown Utica, though. It's actually fairly not bad in downtown Utica right now. As we look at the arterial, though, we see people taking it slow, as they should. Obviously, you should have the windshield wipers on and your headlights on. That is a state law. And we also have temperatures right now around 60 degrees. So it's fairly mild out there right now. And that dew point is 58. And because the temperature and the dew point are so close, that means we could see some patchy, dense fog during the overnight hours. Obviously, not our main concern right now, though. We do have thunder showers, because of a system moving up toward the north and east through the day tomorrow. Well, the worst of it's going to be tonight and through the early morning hours tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we've got a cold front moving through. Although there's not a lot of moisture associated with it, you'll just notice that we'll have cooler conditions as we head through Thursday, and that cooler air is going to be with us through the rest of the week. I have a little bit of good news for you, and that's the fact that the severe thunderstorm watch continues to be scaled back, because that's not our biggest concern right now. So just Otsego County is in it until 8 p.m., although it might get let go even a little bit earlier than that. It's already been let go for portions of Chenango County. Obviously, the severe weather, not our biggest concern, although we still have that potential for the next hour or two. Obviously, the biggest threat would be not only across Chenango, but portions of Otsego County as well. We're in a slightly more elevated risk for severe weather. The greatest threats being large hail and high winds. But of course, the thing that we've been focusing on over the last couple of hours is the flooding, and that's going to continue to be a problem through tomorrow. So as I mentioned earlier in the show, everybody except for northern Herkimer and Hamilton counties are now included in this flood watch until 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And then we also have that flood warning, just one of them, for southwestern Herkimer County. That includes areas like Herkimer, Mohawk, and Ilion. That's until 8 p.m. this evening, as is that severe thunderstorm watch that I just mentioned earlier. And you'll notice you look down toward the south of Oneonta, and that does not look good. We've had a lot of reports of lightning there, and that's traveling from south to north. So it looks like we're going to have another cell moving through that same area, unfortunately, over the next hour or two, and could produce an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain, if not more, between now and tomorrow morning. So again, as I told you yesterday, got an area of low pressure over the Great Lakes region traveling up toward the north and east, another area of low pressure down toward the four corners of the southwestern U.S., and in between that, we've got that area of high pressure, so that's what's causing the traffic jam in the atmosphere, although it's starting to let up. We just have to get through the next couple of hours, and through the morning hours tomorrow, we'll have some showers and a lot of cloudy skies, with temperatures in the 50s eventually making their way into the 60s, but we will dry out as we head through tomorrow afternoon, and I think that will be a welcome sight. I don't think we'll see abundant sunshine, but we will see a lot of clouds and drier conditions compared to what we have out there right now. And I also have some more good news for you, and it looks like we may see temperatures sneaking their way into the 80s as we head through the 8 to 14-day outlook. That would more than likely be May 14th through the 18th, so we just have to get there first. 66 for tomorrow, with morning showers and then mainly dry as we go through Thursday. Although Thursday is mainly dry, it's definitely significantly cooler. And then unfortunately, we've got some more rain heading our way for Friday into Saturday morning, with temperatures either side of 60. And it looks nice and dry for the moms right now on Sunday. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. I'm taking a look at my map.
Brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Come see why it's gotta be Nye. Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a very good Tuesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking some more showers as we go through the overnight hours and through the first part of tomorrow as well. Although the good news is that it doesn't look like we'll see the intensity that we saw this afternoon with all that flash flooding. Right now, 57 degrees in downtown Utica, east-southeasterly wind at 3 miles an hour, and that dew point is also fairly close at 55. So not only do we have rain and the clouds, but we're going to have some fog because of the fact that the dew point and the temperature are going to be within a couple of degrees of each other, and those are only going to drop a few more degrees during the overnight hours. It's going to be a mild night out there, again, with temperatures in the 50s. We still have that flood watch in effect for those slow-moving storms and showers that'll be with us through late this evening and in through the first part of tomorrow. And then as we head through tomorrow night, we'll see a cold front moving through, although it won't have a lot of moisture associated with it. So that means we'll be clearing out the unsettled weather by the time we get through Thursday. But don't worry, rain will return by the time we head through Friday and Saturday. Again, though, it doesn't look like we'll we'll see the intensity that we saw this afternoon. And the good news is that for Mother's Day, we look dry at the moment. So I'll get to that in just a second, but of course we have that flood watch in the darker green color. In the light green from Oneida County on south toward Chenango and Otsego counties, we do have a flood warning that's in effect until 2 a.m. or until 1 a.m. tomorrow. The flood watch is in effect till 2 p.m. And in southwestern Herkimer County, where you were under that flash flood warning earlier this afternoon, also under a flood warning until 2 a.m. That's an area, or 1 a.m. I should say. That's an aerial flood warning. So as Thomas mentioned earlier in the show, we had flooding here in the Utica area, but again, the worst of it was mainly from Frankfort down toward Ilion, portions of Herkimer and Mohawk, where we had cars stranded in the water, several road closures to tell you about as well. But as we go through the next couple of days, we've got a 40% chance of rain tomorrow. We dry out a little bit on Thursday. We'll see some more sun that day as well, although it'll be seasonably cool. The rain chances go back up for Friday, but then we finally start to dry out as we go through Saturday and through the rest of the 7-day forecast. In terms of additional accumulation of rain, this is over the next 1 to 2 days. Looks like there could be several tenths of an inch of rain east of Oneida County, but then once you head from Utica over towards Syracuse, there could be around, if not just a little bit more than 1 inch of rain between now and this time on Thursday. And you can see that here. That's where we're having the heaviest rain right now, around the Syracuse area, over toward the Finger Lakes, up toward Lake Ontario. But we're still seeing some light to moderate pockets of rain here closer to our viewing area, especially the northern and western sections of it. We also saw a lot of lightning over the last 6 hours. This is the animation on the satellite and radar. So again, this has been the main area of low pressure over Michigan and Ohio. We've got a secondary area of low pressure forming off Cape Cod and the islands, and both of those are going to move up toward the north and east, and as it does so, it'll take the backlash of rain with it, and we'll just be dealing with showers during the day tomorrow and a lot of cloudy skies. There may be a few peaks of sunshine here and there as we head through the afternoon, with, again, temperatures in the upper 50s to lower and middle 60s. 53 overnight with periods of rain and thunder continuing, and then as we head through tomorrow, 66 will be the high with morning showers, afternoon clearing, and then that front moving through. It'll be mainly dry, though, as we head through Thursday with a high of 60 degrees, so seasonably cool, even more so as we head through Friday. But both Saturday and Sunday, again, Sunday looking like the better of the 2 weekend days. That's been the case the last couple of weekends. It's nice and dry for Mother's Day, though, 68, but both weekend days will be in the middle and upper 60s. And then as we head through Monday and Tuesday to start off next week, we'll be dealing so with sun and clouds, but a warmer field temperatures in the 70s. It's about 10 degrees above average, and once we get beyond that, we may see temperatures getting up into the 80s. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. I drove out to Herkimer.
Your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a very good Tuesday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Ron Reed, taking a live look right now at downtown Utica, where we do have some light rain out there right now, but definitely not anything compared to what we had earlier this afternoon. Temperature right now, 56 degrees with the west-northwesterly wind at 5 miles an hour as of the 11 o'clock hour. That humidity is 100%. We also have a dew point of 56 degrees. So that dew point and the temperature meaning being exactly the same, that means that we could have some fog and some patchy spots during the overnight hours, in addition to the rain and the clouds that we'll have out there. So again, slow-moving storms through late this evening, and we'll still be dealing with showers through tomorrow, and that's the reason for the flood watch that's in effect for most of our area until 2 p.m. I'll get to that in a second, but we also have a cold front moving through our area tomorrow night, and that will take any of the unsettled weather out with it as we head through the day on Thursday, but the rain will return as we head through Friday and into Saturday as well. But the good news is that right now for Mother's Day, it does look dry. I'll get to that in a minute with the 7-day forecast. The areas in dark green that you see on this map are the areas that are under that flood watch until 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. But from all of Oneida County on toward the south, so Madison, Chenango, and Otsego, we do have a flood warning in effect for this lime green color until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning because of the amount of rainfall. And southwestern Herkimer County was under a flash flood warning, also under the flash flood watch, but that has since expired because the water levels are continuing to go down there. But earlier this afternoon, we had several inches of rain come down there in areas like Frankfort, German Flats, over toward East Herkimer, Cass Bridge, along the Mohawk River and the West Canada Creek. We're also talking about areas like Herkimer, Mohawk, Ilion, saw a few inches of rain in just a few hours, so that's flash flooding there. And that was the only flash flood warning that we had for our area this afternoon. That has since expired. We have a 40% chance of rain tomorrow, mainly during the morning hours. It goes down to 20% on Thursday, so in other words, most of Thursday is looking dry. For Friday, it does go back up to 60%, and then Saturday, we start to dry out once we head into the afternoon, and Sunday looks completely dry. So that's some good news for you right now. As far as additional rainfall over the next 24 to 48 hours, most of us seeing just a few tenths of an inch. But once you go from western Oneida County into Oswego and portions of Onondaga, there could be around, if not just a little bit more than 1 inch of rain, but at least it won't be falling at the rate of 1 inch an hour like it was earlier this afternoon. We'll just be dealing with some light to moderate pockets. We're still dealing with some heavier pockets of it right now from Utica on west over towards Syracuse and even up toward the north as well, up into Hamilton County. A lot of lightning we had earlier this afternoon thanks to those areas of low pressure traveling up toward the north and east, taking the rain with it eventually, finally, during the day tomorrow, and that will allow the flood watch to expire, will allow things to dry out, and we'll just be dealing with a lot of clouds during the day tomorrow, and temperatures in the lower and middle 60s. Tonight will be in the 50s, 50 to 55, cloudy with periods of rain and thunder. Again, most of the thunder has come to an end, but we'll still be dealing with the rain during the overnight hours, and then morning showers, afternoon clearing for tomorrow, right where we should be, around 66 degrees, but that doesn't last though. As we go through Thursday, we'll be dealing with mainly dry conditions, but seasonably cool, around 60 degrees. The rain returns as we head through Friday with 58, and then as we go through Saturday, we'll be dealing with morning showers, afternoon sun 63, and Sunday looks a little bit above average for this time of year, nice and dry for Mom. But then look at that, as we head through Monday and Tuesday, we'll be dealing with a mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures feeling warmer into the lower and middle 70s. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Coming up next on Eyewitness News at 11, police responded this morning after a woman